Hey, fellow targeted individuals, quick summary from last night, or midnight. Obviously, I was sleep deprived. I didn't really get hardly any sleep. I didn't go to sleep until after 5 o'clock in the morning because the SpaceForce hacked my battery. They hacked my battery to slow it down. They're able to drain your battery. They're able to drain your battery because they see that, because they want to publicize me and put me in the public to where the gang stalkers can make money off of me. They're pimping me out to the gang stalkers so they can make money off of me and stuff. So they're forcing me to have to go to a charger outlet and keep me at the charger outlet. They're trying to keep me at the charger outlet all night long. And display me all night long, all day long, and sleep deprive me at the same time. It's keeping me to going back to the, if they drain my battery, I gotta constantly stay at the charger outlet. I can't never leave the charger outlet until I charge my phone battery up. I can't buy no portable back. I don't got a job. I can't get a job because InfraGard interferes with it. For anyone who keeps saying get a job, well, go back and watch my videos. You'll see why I can't get a job. If you were listening to me the first time, then if you listened to me the first time and listened to all my other videos and instead of just hearing what you want to hear, you would see that InfraGard is interfering with my job and the SpaceForce is interfering with my job. They send smear campaigners to smear campaign me to the jobs, and they torture me on the job sites with this stuff. I can't get a job because I'm going to kill the fucking manager and stuff. I'm going to kill the employees, all the employees, if I get a job. I'm going to fuck them up if I get a job. And they interfere with it because they know I'm going to buy weapons. So even if they do give me let me get a job, they're only going to let me get a part-time job or a day job that pays less money. And then they'll tell them, after I get so much money, they'll tell them, hey, shut him off. Shut him off and fire him or lay him off. Now that he has that much money. And now that I only have like a couple $100, I'm forced, since I'm homeless, I'm forced to have to spend all that money on food. I gotta spend it all on food. I gotta spend it all on, I gotta buy a hotel or something like that with it. Pay for rent a hotel, which is $60 a night. Between $60 to $80 a night. How much is $60 to $80 a night for a whole month? That's over $1,000, right? Or at least $60 to $80 a night. That may be close to $1,000 anyway. That's a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money. A regular gas station job or McDonald's job don't make that much money a month. They don't make that much money a month. So they know I'm gonna buy some weapons. I'm forced to have to buy a weapon or starve. And the only ones I have to go to for help, for food, to make up for lack of money, is gang stalkers. Everywhere I go, they gang stalk me. All the Christian churches, they're involved in the witchcraft. I don't go to church here. I don't go to church anywhere because they all practice witchcraft. The churches have already fallen away. You know how Jesus warned us of the great falling away and all the apostles? It's already here. The churches already fell away. InfraGard, this Patriot Act program, that's part of the falling away. It's part of the beast system. It's part of it. The terrorist screening database, the threat screening database, that's part of it. There's a reason why Trump is covering stuff up and why he's prolonging our torture and stuff. And Kash Patel pulled back and everything else. He was probably threatened up, I don't know. He was threatened up by Donald Trump and all them. peaceful protest is not going to help us, especially in that case. It don't matter how much you peaceful protest. All the senators are lying to you. This is a message to Targeted Justice and Anna Toledo and them. The senators and all the ones that claim to be on our part, they're lying to us. That's what they're doing. They're trying to throw us off. They're lying to us that way. It blindsides the public. Because if the public knew the whole truth, there would be a bunch of chaos and stuff, a bunch of questions. So they got to make false promises to us. They have to make a bunch of false promises to us to throw the public off. And to try to throw us off of it. So, you see, they plan on leaving us on here for a whole another year. And I might not be alive. Actually, I will be alive, but I'm gonna be killing some people before the year's over with. If we don't get off before the year's over with, and they want me to kill some people. SpaceForce even tells me, Christy Noam says she wants you to do something. That's one less person we gotta pay and compensate and help out. Cash Patel wants you to kill somebody, because that's one less person we gotta help out and pay and compensate. That's what they want y'all to do, is kill us. Because you will end up in prison or dead. You will end up in prison or dead, and that's what we want. We want y'all in prison or dead. And I believe the SpaceForce when they say that. Christy Noam is involved. Cash Patel is involved. All of them are involved. So, but no, I'm not going to end up dead. I'm not going to end up in prison. I'll die before I enter prison. Before I end up in prison, I'll die. You're not going to Baker right me either. You're not going to force me into a mental hospital either. No, you're not. And your tasers won't work on me either. Your guns won't work. They're going to jam. Your guns are going to jam. The bullets are going to fly past me. Because I got angels that are on my side. There's certain targets that you vandalize stuff. You set a fire and all that. And you done all this stuff, you said all this stuff, why ain't you arrested yet? Because God is on my side, not theirs. God is on my side and not theirs. That's why I'm not haven't been arrested. That's why I'm still here. Why I'm still surviving. I'm suffering. God is helping my suffering. God is laying this big old burden on me. God is laying this big old burden on me that's too heavy to carry. I'm still waiting on him to keep his promises because he has not kept his promise yet. He has been helping me. God is helping me. But he hasn't kept his promises yet. I'm still waiting on him to keep his promises. So far, he's broken his promise. And I'm just waiting on him to keep it. So, just wanted to put that out. That a person that wanted me to charge his stuff is a gang stalker. Last night, whenever I was charging my phone, or whenever I was about to get ready to charge my phone, I had to take it off the charger to, so that I can hold my phone properly. Because I don't got a long enough charger. I lost it. Or it was stolen. Yes, he is a gang stalker. Sometimes it takes a bit to put two and two together, but he's a gang stalker. And you see how they work. Well, he must have that gang stalker must trust you then with if he's trusting you with his charger. Well, he knows I'm not a thief because he's used to them reading my thoughts and stuff. He's used to reading my thoughts, plus he's confident because I got so many people all over me already. I got so many people reading my thoughts already and stalking me and stuff. But I'm not a thief anyways. That's always the last minute option. I'm not a thief. I will steal something if I have to steal something. But I try to avoid that if I can. But I did knock on his window before I left. I think it was after 3 o'clock whenever I finally left. And then I went to another store with Wi-Fi just to post that video. I went to another store with Wi-Fi and charged my phone up a little bit there while the video was downloading. And it was after 5 o'clock because the SpaceForce was hacking my phone and slowing my battery down. It took 2 to 3 hours just for the video to download. Or not 2 to 3 hours. It took at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to download the whole video. And my phone, by the time I left, my phone was still not charged all the way. It was 70-something%. 70-something% because they slowed it down. That's their way of sleep depriving me. When I tell them, you ain't about to sleep deprive me, I'm going to sleep, they said, watch this, watch this. And what they mean by watch this, they hack my phone and they hack the battery and slow the battery down. That's their way of saying, yeah, we are sleep depriving you, motherfucker. We are sleep depriving you. We're in control of this. You ain't controlling this. We are sleep depriving you. Watch this. And then they hack my phone and hack my battery and stuff and slow the battery down, or they drain my battery. They drain my battery while it's on charger. So that's how I get my evidence and how I know that they're hacking my battery. So I'm tasered right now. They're messing up my facial features from zapping my brain and zapping my face. They forced me to gasp for air. When you lack oxygen, that also causes your face to be messed up. When you lack oxygen and you're having to you need to go get a rebreather or go get on a breathing monitor. I'm not going to the hospital because they're involved in my torture. I don't trust the hospitals. They're involved in my torture. I need a Havana syndrome doctor, but I can't afford a Havana syndrome doctor. They're forcing us to have to pay. They're forcing us to have to pay for an investigation and pay for a Havana syndrome doctor, when they owe us millions of dollars, billions upon millions of dollars for years of torture and defamation. Millions and millions and billions of dollars is what they owe us. I gotta have money to travel, to get a bus ticket to where I need to go. I also have to have enough money for food and a place to stay. Because I'm homeless, I don't have enough money for a place to stay. So it's going to cost thousands of dollars to pay a Havana syndrome doctor unless they want to bless me up and help me up. And I got to make sure I can trust that Havana syndrome doctor. They got to be able to risk it all because they're going to, CIA is going to try to assassinate them. CIA is going to try to assassinate them like they probably did Tulsi Gabbard and put somebody else in her silicone face mask. Charlie Kirk was actually in a silicone face mask. They faked his death. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. Go in peace, brothers and sisters.